Hello and welcome to another 2020 Lego parts review. This is Poppy's Pod, Lego set 41251, and it's 103 pieces. There's some interesting ones in here, so let's get into it. Let's start at the front. Well, actually, let's start with the basic boring pieces. We got some tan here. We do have some like bracket bricks here. Those are pretty nice. We have a treasure chest in lavender, which is pretty cool to get. It's a little awkward color for it, but then we have some of the lime green. We got some slopes, which are nice to get for vehicles and spaceships and just angles, some jumper plates. Nothing too special here. We got some teal, which is a rare color, so it's good to be getting a little more of that, but not too much. So you got a plate. Some of these circle ones, but like I said, not a whole lot. Some gray bricks. These obviously are nice for building mountainsides and walls and different features like that. We got one of these, which is somewhat useful, a little bit annoying, but it has its uses. We got some other modified bricks. We got the extra bar ones and then the connection ones here. Nothing too special. We do get one of these in white, which is a little bit rare and a little bit interesting. The one that goes into a bar. Just a little cool special piece. You also get two of these in white, which is new. It's like the wind up little thing, and it just fits onto one stud, just like that, and that's it. And I played around with this, and there's really nothing else you can do with it. It's not able to be held by a figure, or at least on this side, and it really has no bar. You can't fit, clips don't work, nothing really works to do it, but it is one stud, so that has its uses. There's a couple yellow pieces. I like getting these flowers in any color, really. This is kind of rare because I haven't seen a bracket in that color. Got a yellow bar. We have the drawer cabinet. It only has one drawer, unfortunately, in this set, but it's okay to get. Using modular buildings will be pretty easy to use. We get some of my favorite trans blue, light blue here. Just the 1x2, nothing special, and there's only two of them, not a whole lot. We get some dark pink tiles, which I like, some of the pink flowers. We get the nice gold sink here, great for modular buildings, any sort of house with water flowing through it. We get a couple of, we get 6 of these plant, 3-leaf plant pieces, which are pretty cool. It's always good to get plant pieces, but those are kind of easier to get, so not too special. We do get 2 scissors. Nothing fancy there. I wonder if they'll ever make that in a different color. Probably not. 2 colors would be cool. Now let's get to the more interesting pieces. So these, I think, come with all the pods, and they also come with the Friends like pod things too, effectively. And it's just basically a bracket. It's not too fancy to me because you can kind of get parts like this. The interesting thing I feel about it is that you have this as 2 studs deep. Because you can get ones that are 1 stud deep, but these are 2, which could be useful. They're rather large, which can be good or bad. But you get 2 of those in here, obviously in one of my favorite colors, so I can't complain about that. Where to start? Let's look at the figure because it's pretty unique. So this is the hair piece. You can see that it has a Friends accessory hole, and it fits on a 4x circular. So you could, if you wanted to, use like one of these and put it in there. If you wanted a wig stand, effectively, you could do that. Actually, that matches too. That's kind of interesting. But so you can fit the one Friends accessory there, and only on the front there. It has a stud up here, which is interesting. And it has like these, which allow it to hang, but you cannot clip. See if I can do a demonstration here. So it can hang like this, but as you can see, it's not clipped there at all. And also this is an open hole, so you can put something there if you want. Otherwise, obviously a cool pink color. These really don't work on any sort of normal minifigure or Friends doll or anything, unfortunately, because they will end up being really big. It'll look weird. I tried it on a couple. Then we have the torso here. Not that bad of a print. Actually, it's pretty cool. You can kind of see how it it fades. But pink skin effectively, so I don't know how much of a use that would have in any sort of other, city or anything. Maybe you could imagine it's full-length gloves or part of a shirt or something, and that's an undershirt maybe, but it's kind of sketchy there. You get the really short legs in dark pinkish color, which is pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. And this is the head. It's that four stud. You can put stuff in there. You can also put stuff in the back part, and it kind of fits here. I'm not sure what use that has. It looks kind of weird, but maybe you can find a use for it. But like these can all kind of fit a little bit in there too. Otherwise it's, oh gosh, someone lost their head. It's a standard minifigure hole. It's not anything special. It's interesting. It's got a print, obviously, for a face, which is pretty cool. For the Trolls things, the Trolls things are pretty cool. If you're into that, I think it's pretty nice. Lego always puts a lot of quality in them. For use in like different things, it's kind of strict. Trolls, you really can't use it in anything else, really. Not city. I guess if statue or decoration or like, a figure walking around. But here's the skirt piece. It's really simple, really small. It doesn't really fit with other pieces. Let's take a look. You can do something like that, I guess, but it doesn't fit tight or anything. That's actually something useful. I guess you could set it on like a table and it would stay a little bit, but otherwise it's a nice little neat piece. Nothing too fancy. You could definitely use this with other minifigures. You couldn't use it with mini dolls, but other minifigures you could use it with. Nothing too special there. Then you have the parts pack, which is all these in this like azure blue color. You get obviously a couple friends accessories. You get a little heart. You get one of those. You get two of these little flowers, which is kind of cool to get. You get 2 pairs of heart shades. And like I said, they just fit in with the one friends accessory little thing. Then you also get these cupcakes. These are pretty nice. They come with a stud on top and a stud hole on the bottom. So obviously that means you can put a stud up top. Well, that popped out. Do something like that, or it can go on the bottom. Nothing too overly fancy there, but it's a nice little cupcake piece. Then you have the guitar or something. Lute? No, that's not right. I don't know. It's a little guitar type thing. Okay. One of the things I did find out that's kind of interesting is you can put a stud there fairly easily. And as far as I can tell, that fits perfectly. I don't know 100% if it'll focus for me, but it does fit virtually perfectly in there. Otherwise, it's just a bar, which you can hold on to right there. Interesting little piece. Since a stud can fit in there, you can actually like put it on a wall as like a decoration or something like that. But a neat little piece. I like that hole actually fits a stud because that just makes it more versatile. And then you have the musical notes, and that's just one stud. There is nothing more to it. That would be cool for like a music store or if you want to have some sort of animation of music. Again, here's the other one. Again, one stud. There's no feasible. I played around with it. I can't get anything to like clip, hold, stick in, nothing. So it's just the one stud. Then we have the new leaf piece color, or at least color, not really new piece. And I'm a big fan of that. Just because I love getting all different colors of these. I don't know why. It's just something I like a lot. We do have some trans-colored pieces, but they are not special at all. You get a lot of them. So let's go on to more of the like printed pieces here. So we get a lime green book back, we'll call it. This is the cover, which looks fantastic in my opinion. Get it up here. You can see it's kind of glittery on the center. Well, not glittery, but shiny. Really nice design. You got the floral on the sides. I really like that. Obviously, a little troll in the middle. I don't know what it's based off of, but that's a pretty cool piece in my mind. Then you also get this cool piece, which, as you can tell, is a map. I'm sure it represents something in the troll world, but it's on a 2 to 3 piece, and you can see that like the gold parts are shimmery. Really nice. I really like the printed pieces, even if they're kind of silly and don't fit anywhere. Like this guy. That is a weird face. He is, whoa, or something. Not much of a, well, there could be uses for it. It's just limited. All these pieces are kind of limited. Maybe high fantasy type worlds or something. Just like this guy. Interesting piece, so I guess you could use the back of it. I don't know if they've made this piece, and if so, it's probably really rare and it might be new in this kind of color, but it does have this weird face on the front. Speaking of weird faces, here's a flower apparently puking up water. Admittedly, the water looks really cool. So it's kind of a really nice print. I think they've really upped their printing game overall on pieces. It just looks really nice. And even to add to that, here we have like a lollipop piece. I can see that being used different ways. And interestingly enough, it's like a clip type piece, just like a sign or something. So that's pretty cool. You got a swirl there, different colors, not necessarily specific, so you could use it for other things. And here, if it'll focus, maybe. Does it want to focus today? No, you don't want to look at the cool tile. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see here. Come on. You know you want to. It kind of, okay, if I put my finger there, apparently it wants to then. But you can see, if it focuses in, again, a little shiny on the blue there. But that is a really cool little print. I really like that. I think it's pretty cool. So these troll sets do have some interesting, unique pieces. And there's more printed pieces in there than I thought. And speaking of unique pieces, this weird leaf piece, and an interesting note, it actually has like a larger stick out friction part there, so that if you have, we'll use this, it'll go here, it'll slide perfectly fine, but once you put it in there, it starts to clip in and has some friction there, which is pretty cool. It also has a different like look just to the color. I did find out you can put a minifigure hand in here and you could possibly get it to hold it, but it's okay. But you really can't get it around just like, you know, any of the stuff, but you could try to get it to hold it. But you can see that one side has like leaf pattern, the other side does not, which I wish they would have just had it on both, but it's a different unique piece. And the reason why it's in here is because of this big, huge, it's bigger than I thought it was, unique piece. You get two of these and they're identical, as you can see the other one in the back. And it's very unique. I like the color, obviously, but so on the sides you have two different sets of your Technic. On top you have like a circular formation, so you could put some stuff up there. You could design it, you could put a half circle on there. Inside you have it's not going to want to, there it is. You have basically a 4x4 circular one. And again, you could put bars in those studs if you really wanted to. This, I couldn't really find anything that really works with it. I mean, obviously it's going to clip and hang somewhere or something like that, but no parts really I could find that would work for it. And this thing really doesn't want to focus. It's probably because of how big and weird colored it is. But in here, yeah, I'll have to be a little back. This actually is holes for studs here. And then this is all just flat. So the concept is, it's kind of like the Friends boxes, is that you're going to just take this and put it in there. And apparently there, then you have studdage in there. But like I said, you could also put it on here, because this is a, you know, so you have options with it. Also, the whole bottom is anti-stud. There's no holes in it, really. These are obviously deeper, but I don't think that really serves any good purpose. Now I'm going to quick do something, because I found this out, which I thought was somewhat interesting, as it might have additional uses, if I can remember how I did this. So I found out that it's pretty evenly distributed, and as far as I can tell, this effectively is illegal connection if I can get it, because it's actually kind of difficult to get, especially when I'm trying to have a camera on here. But doing like this, it's off, but it like fits pretty perfect. The studs, and it's not a good connection. You'd probably add some pieces to it, but I did find out it can pretty much do that, and then it's not wanting to stay, but that's just because it's not structurally sound, really. So as far as I know, that's a pretty good, you can see it kind of bows a little bit, but I mean, that's really tight. I mean, that almost works as a connection. So I just wanted to show that off. Maybe someone else will do a better mock with that. And there's my back falling down. One of the things I thought is you could have it like a cockpit like this or something like that. I'm sure there's lots of different possible uses for it. But this video's gone for a really long time for a really small set. That's all I got. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next parts review that I'm going to do. I'm not sure what it'll be, but thanks for watching.